What are you doing?
The sports! Hello and welcome back to The Sports.
The boys basketball team is having a great season this year, holding up an 8-1 record. Last week, boys basketball faced off Richford with a huge win of 71-24. They also defeated Virgins 51-39. The boys had their first loss on Tuesday to BFA St. Albans.
Girls basketball has been fighting hard this season, trying to adjust to new coaching strategies. Last week, the girls faced off both Winooski and North Country Union. Winooski gave Milton a huge fight with a close score throughout the game. Madison Chargers made a putback with less than a second left in the quarter to win the game. The girls lost to North Country 35-55, but fought hard throughout the game on. Wednesday girls had a close win of 32-28 against Virgins.
Boys hockey has had a great season this year. Last week, they traveled to Burlington with a big win of 6-3. Hockey also faced off Colchester, resulting in a 2-0 win by Milton. Goals were scored by Cam Goodrich and Owen Perry.
Indoor track has had great turnouts by the athletes this season. On Sunday, indoor track traveled to Harvard University. Camille Hanna got first for the girls' high jump. Mike Farrer got fifth for the men's 1,000 with Zach Popke falling on sixth and Levi Yoder in eighth.
Gymnastics has had a home meet last week. Alexis Drown had a great routine for the beam and the floor. Devlin Bourne also came out strong on the beam. Great job, ladies. Keep up the good work.
Wrestling has had multiple meets and tournaments in the past week. Nick Johnson has been keeping his title strong by winning first in his weight class yet again in the Michael Baker Classic.
Cheerleading has been doing a great job at the home games. Keep that school spirit high.
Good luck to all the sports teams on the rest of their season, and now to the highlight reel.
I'm Emily Pallas, and this is Just Saying. Ann Bradshaw recently announced that she will be stepping down this June. This means the school board will be in charge of hiring a new superintendent. What does that mean for Milton High School? What input do you have as a student? That's what I went on a search to find out. time a superintendent was chosen was in February of 2016. Ms. Bradshaw replaced former Superintendent John Barone after the football team's hazing scandal came out. What you may not know is that Superintendent Bradshaw was sued for mishandling a rape investigation in her former school district. Ms. Bradshaw was hired without a public search or input from a hiring committee, which is the typical process when hiring a superintendent. When questioned about the knowledge of this information, the current school board chairwoman, Lori Donna, said, quote, "The school board is aware. We have no comment." This was back in June of 2017. So what does this mean now as we begin our search for a new superintendent? How will the school board conduct the search this time? To find some answers, I went to a few school board meetings. At the meetings, I was able to listen to how some teachers feel this process should be handled.
The total amount that our budget would be.
So I can write in.
Then I had one event that's really surprising.
Mesa wants to strongly encourage the school board to hire a consultant to facilitate the hiring of a new superintendent. We also want to encourage you to make the process open to allow for community members, parents, administration, faculty, staff, and students to participate. Lastly, we encourage you to start the process as soon as possible. Thank you all.
And I think that's important as we begin this discourse, that we as a community learn how to talk to each other in a way that doesn't include bullying and really open and honest discussions and agree to disagree. And I think we really need to open this up. We have the school board elections coming up. We have a superintendent search. So right here is our chance to really do this right.
With the teachers calling for an open community-involved search, I listened to hear how the school board felt about this.
I think it's valuable that the community, gives their input and stuff, but the board is the one that hires the superintendent, and they know the day-to-day stuff. So, community members may think, well, we need this and this and this and all that, but the crux is that the board hires the superintendent because that is their employee and that's what they have to work with.
I think that we need to get input, and I was actually going to ask if the board would want our student representatives to maybe poll the students and you yourselves with student council kind of come up with a top 10 list of things that are, what you feel is important to the student body.
So the school board wants our input. But how do we make ourselves heard with such an obvious divide between the student reps and the school board officials who actually have a vote? We make ourselves heard by speaking up. At every school board meeting, there is an opportunity for anyone in the community to speak. Go to a school board meeting and speak up about what you think is important. At one of the meetings, one of the school board members asked if one of our biggest issues was the temperature of the auditorium or the length of our lunch. Is that what is important to you? Are they missing what actually goes on in our school? They'll never know unless we make ourselves heard. School board meetings are every other Monday night. I challenge you to go to one and speak up about anything that is important to you. When the rules changed that we could no longer eat in the library, that was the superintendent's decision. If you have something to say about that, or if you have something you want to express about what is important to you about the new superintendent search and how it will be conducted, speak up. Let's show the school board just how loud and how passionate Yellow Jacket Nation is about our school and what goes on here. The time is now, the decision is yours, and I'll see you at the next school board meeting. Just saying.
And then the charter, it's very clear in the charter that the board hires the superintendent so that the committee would be an advisory and a search committee. But their job is not to hire the superintendent. That job is, goes to the school board.
Our first speaker, who will be speaking about human rights and how discrimination affects youth. Our thoughts on world issues such as climate change and human rights violations deserve to have a platform, not just because we will be inheriting these problems when we reach a certain age, but because these issues are affecting us now.
And mistakes happen. If you're having a conversation with someone and use the wrong pronouns, don't make a big deal about it. Often when I correct people, they rant about how sorry they are. This is annoying because then I have to comfort them, say it's okay.
A lot of ways to send a message, and this is the way that I feel to send a message.
First things first, we never stop. We go with the flow, another beat drop. Sitting by the river, the sun above. Every day's a good day, can you feel the love? Oh, oh, oh. Sitting by the river, oh, oh, oh. I woke up, oh, oh, oh. Think about my teacher, oh, yeah, yeah. When you see my town, when you see my town, when you see my town.
Helping to plan this march made me feel helpful, and I hope you can do something that makes you feel that way too. We are all human beings, and we can all do something.
Faith and Asa have been friends for the longest time, but now they were called to action to go on a quest.
Man, midterms were so stupid.
I failed my AP Psych and my AP Art. I failed Art.
Me too. If there's only some way that we could actually pass the class without the dumb studying.
I hate studying.
Me too.
What can we do?
I have no idea. Man, what was that? Oh, I got an email.
What you are seeking can be acquired, but first must be answered these riddles for. First find the key in which you require, then find the room which goes with the key, and open the door.
It says it's from Remlap Ellick. What? Who's Remlap Ellick?
The key is hidden within a golden book. Within 300 shelves you must look. When the key is taken from its casing, mass knowledge you'll be embracing.
What was that about?
I don't know. Should we look for the book?
Maybe it's in the library.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hey, I found it.
The Media Lab closet. Hey, through. It's unlocked.
Let's go in.
What?
Welcome! You want to hear a story?
No.
Well, I'm gonna tell you anyways. There once was a wizard who gave birth to a son. And this son was very bad in school. So the wizard, being a very proud father, made a magical pen. A magical pen that could write essays and do all his work for him so he could pass school and get a degree in wizarding. However, the pen has been lost. Now it is your task to find it, and then it will be yours. Now, you mustn't tell anyone, or else the pen will die. It is a secret only for you to know, and if anyone knows, maybe you too will die!
Hey, I'm Sam. On this month for Trying New Things with Sam, we got a tattoo. Now, getting a tattoo, it's a process. You have to first come up with a place where you're going, what you're getting. Me and my mom, she had to sign off for guardian consent. She offered me an Apple Watch. An Apple Watch or a tattoo. Now, I might break the Apple Watch. I don't think I can break a tattoo. So the tattoo kind of went on that one. And going into the tattoo, the mindset of having a tattoo is, it's gonna hurt. It's really, really gonna hurt. And I thought that, like, I don't like being touched personally. And so when he's touching my back, sizing up the tattoo, showing me the size of it, and like putting it on my back with the stencil and like all like the lotion that you have to like do to moisten up the skin, your mind starts thinking like, how bad is this gonna hurt? Is it gonna hurt? Am I gonna cry? And I thought it was. I thought the needle was just gonna make me bleed, like all the other stuff, just a whole bunch of negative thoughts going into it. It's pain, but it's not, I'm about to cry, I'm about to give out and pass out pain. Let's see the footage.
So can you please tell us your name and what subject you teach?
My name is Bernadette Dillon, and I teach French.
And how long have you worked here for?
This is my 40th year.
All right. So what would you say has been your most memorable part of the job while you've been here?
It's hard to say. There are so many wonderful elements here. The kids are great. The faculty is magnificent. The opportunities the district has given us for world travel. The course offerings, it's really been quite a wonderful experience.
If you had to give advice to someone that was thinking of becoming a teacher, what would you say to them?
I would say to remember that it's all about relationships. That wasn't the case when I first started teaching 45 years ago, but it certainly is the name of the game these days.
So in a single word, how would you describe your career while you've been here?
Fabulous. I've loved it. That's why I've stayed all these years.
So could you please tell us your name and what subject you teach?
So I'm Joanne Davidman. I teach Family and Consumer Science.
Hi, I'm Kathy Mativier, and I teach 12th and 11th grade English.
And how long have you worked here for?
I've been in Milton High School for 25 years.
I've worked in the district for 34 years.
And what has been your most memorable part, would you say, of while you've been here?
I think the most memorable part of the job is really the number of people I've met along the way and the number of students that I've interacted with.
I agree that there is not one memorable event in my teaching career. Every day is memorable because every day is different.
So in a single word, how would you describe your career as a teacher here?
So I would say that it's been definitely an adventure. It's had its ups and its downs, but more ups than downs. I've gotten to meet incredible people. I've gotten to work with amazing students. The district personally for me has given me lots of opportunities to be able to work and teach kids in all different ways, from helping them find jobs to creating independent studies to teaching health, which I love, and working with lots of different adults. And it's been a real reward, but it's definitely been an adventure that has given me lots of wonderful memories and lots of rewards.
As you can see, we can't do it in one word. It's been an awesome journey. Awesome journey.
So could you please start by telling us your name and what subject you teach?
Yes, I'm Kathy Montague, and I teach English for grades 9 and 11.
And could you please tell us how many years you've worked here for?
This is my 38th year.
What would you say has been your most memorable part of working here?
There have been so many, and one that came to mind for me is when we were working on the classroom performances for Poetry Out Loud last year, and so many of the 9th graders were really being supportive of their classmates as they stood up to recite their poems, and I love to see that support.
So if you could describe it in a word, your career here, what would you say?
Flexible. There have been so many changes, and you really need to be able sometimes just to go with those changes, accept them, and do at your absolute best. Thank you.
Last episode of Look Away, a mysterious package arrived at the door of YJTV. Alex's insistence on keeping the box closed was not met well with Cody and Asa. Friendships were tested, alliances formed, violence broke out, and in the end, a terrible secret was discovered. Now, tune in to part 2 of Look Away, the Missing Grandma Saga.
The secret is not. The secret is not. I'm just gonna hide my guy.
How's it going, buddy?
Alright. You know, how should I feel? Family members missing and the police have given up.
Isn't that tape recorder supposed to be in evidence?
Well, it should. They weren't exactly using it for good use, were they?
Well, don't you think you should leave it to the police?
And I did that, and a month later, here we are, no grandma. Just, no leads. Just a case that's given up. Damn it. You know what? Since the police will not do anything on this matter more, it would seem that I take matters into my own hands.
Alex, don't you think that's a little erratic?
Erratic. Erratic!
Alex, what are you doing?
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm looking for something useful. When I find them, by golly, I'll make them dead!
Wait, no, Alex, don't leave. You guys heard me say that, right? Like, I said that.
And so Alex headed north, his desire to find his grandma all that was powering him. He headed north across oceans, and at one point when he forgot what north really meant, into space, until one day he came across a clue that led him to a factory. Grandma! Barrett! Grandma!
best.
You got it from the last episode with the flying of the... even if you don't get it, you know you missed these jokes because no one else is awful enough to make them. At any rate, let's go right to the highlights because we've been pretty busy since we last checked in, I'll tell you that. So the first thing we did is in Pinnacles National Park, we hiked through miles of caves which had bats. They were not the actual bat cave, but they were really amazing all the same. Near Cambria, in the central coast of California, we found my new spirit animal, the elephant seal. During this time of year, they return to rookeries like this one to give birth, fatten the calves, and rest. So most of their day is spent laying around, belching, and chasing after kids, which is why I identify so strongly with them. Bo celebrated his 10th birthday by ripping up the State Sand Dune Recreation Park just south of Cambria, still on the Central Coast, on an ATV. It was sweet. Sue and I tried to keep up. Did our best. Didn't work out too well. That's cool. We also went to the world-famous San Diego Zoo, where we discovered that baby orangutans are sassy and classy, especially when they accessorize with a tarp. The most amazing thing we did by far, however, was to go to the polar opposite of Milton, Vermont, which would be southern Los Angeles, and visit the incredible Homeboy Industries program. I couldn't get any filming done because they kind of discouraged that without a license, but it is really worth checking out their story online. In a nutshell, they help gang members become former gang members and transform their lives. We learned about it through an interview that Terry Gross on NPR's Fresh Air did with the founder, Father Greg. It's amazing. There are also many documentaries on YouTube and Netflix. So if you need some inspiration in your day, the Homeboy Industries story is where to get it from for sure. So we do plan to actually leave California for real this time around February 1st. We just don't know where we're going. But that's okay. Once we figure it out, we'll be sure to check in next time from the road.
What should I do next? Cheap deals. Cheap deals. Hey. What? I think it's time we take some time off from each other, Plastic, and just split up, alright? You're part of me? Not anymore, Plastic. I want to start my rapping career. Okay? Don't stop me, alright? Alright, well, see you later, man. Plastic, let me go, okay? Don't stop me. It's not me, it's you. I just want to be a star. Good luck, dude. Alright, I hope to see you on the charts, alright? Peace. I'm not gonna stop you. Good luck, man. Finally found some peace and quiet to do my lyrics. Big dog. Yeah, big dog, little dog. The cow goes moo, woo. Red fish, no blue fish. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough, man. Big dog. Hey, no, Michael. I got a question. I need some help, alright? Who are you? Shh, I'm you, but better, alright? I just need you to tell me some, like, hard experiences you had. Heartbreak? I don't know if I know too much about that, man. Something about heartbreak. Here, I got some song lyrics right here for you, dog. Sick, bro. Cool, thanks. Hope you figure that out someday. Thanks. Good luck, man. All done. Lost myself in SoCal. Found myself with no morale. My whole life in pastel. Flashes before me from a locale.